Tonight on EA Sports, it's Super Bowl Sunday. And the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the New York Giants taking on yet another NFC team, the Philadelphia Eagles. The stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
Came into this season with his future as a starter for the Giants on the line. And it's safe to say that he not only tuned out all of the outside noise, he put plenty of those questions to rest by getting the Giants here tonight. If he continues to play like the Danny Dimes we saw this season, the Giants will have a shot at taking home the Lombardi Trophy.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Throwing, Jones. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On fourth down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
I think we all heard about it in the offseason. There were many questions asking if Philadelphia might consider bringing in another quarterback to replace Jalen Hurts. He answered emphatically, "This is my team," and he led them to a Super Bowl appearance. A well-deserved moment for this quarterback who just kept his head down, kept working, and eliminated all the noise.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Jones. His throw incomplete.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident. I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Operating from the gun. Jones, and they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. We are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got the tight end, Vanette. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw again. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back to throw again. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On 2nd and goal, Jones, and down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Back to throw, Jones. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Great job here by this defense. They try to bring the receiver from one side of the field to the other, hoping he'll get lost in the wash. But a really nice job there to make a quick tackle and force 4th and goal.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Second down, back to Sanders. And he powers his way up past the 30. Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Hurts. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, he and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
From just shy of midfield, Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. He'll get it inside the 20. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing is Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles! Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Here's Jones. Throwing to start the drive. He's got Bellinger. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones got a man. That's Richie James. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 2. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Jones now on first down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hurts fumbles it, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
Now Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. James has got it, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's taken down inside the 11 and a giant first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now he's forced out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Jones going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton from 3 yards out. And the Giants have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, Hurts uses the stiff arm. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Hurts going to keep it running right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
This will be caught at about the 6. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point. Jalen Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Jones. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Daniel Bellinger, the intended target that time. And it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Jones gets this to Bellinger, and they will get the conversion on 3rd down, but the clock, a more pressing factor. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's Jones. Connects with Slayton. Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So it's the Eagles who will get the first chance to go down and find a winner as they'll get it here, and we are back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And CD, we get to see the debut of the brand new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
Just a yard to go here on second down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't think it's overhyped, and I think that for most teams, you're hoping that your mind overrules your body, because your body's looking for slippers and bedtime clothes, right? They're looking for the pajamas. But in this case, you've got to stay with it mentally. And what a lot of teams do, they never change their watches. They always say on East Coast time and just go ahead that way to try and defeat any of the effects of moving to the West.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
Now back to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
A touchdown does not end it, remember, but it sure would give them a leg up. It's 1st and goal here. They'll run with Sanders.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Once again with Sanders.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
So he's able to take it in from 3 yards out. And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes and overtime of the postseason. But they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure's now on their opponent, And their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way, those defenders also kind of happy for the rule change, because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
Jones, first throw of overtime here.
Flush to his right. That ball caught by Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
So, CD, in the postseason, they obviously get the chance to answer that touchdown from a bit ago, but how do they set aside that pressure, knowing that their entire season is coming down to this series?
What a great question, and I don't think that they set it aside. I think that they confront it, and they've done it throughout practice time in preparation for opportunities like this.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Jones. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, if you like drama, especially in the biggest of all games, we are back for the second overtime now in the Super Bowl.
On second down, here's Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If
If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle with Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 23. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get them the 1st.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. 2nd possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown, and now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death, or go for 2 and let it come down to one last 2-point try.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll get this down to the 10. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
Four downs to get into the end zone and tie this game. It's 1st and goal.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got it. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And Barkley will try to punch it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
This drive must end in the end zone or this ball game is over. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Jones.
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown.
Well, CD, they had the overtime answer. Now the question, do they tie it or go for the win?
Well, the teams already knew. The best teams, they made up their minds before they got to the end zone whether they were going to go for 2 or go for the tie.
Gano for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger.